What's up, everybody? Wayne Shada here with JMMA all day. Chuck, big day coming up Saturday. UFC on Fox. Really excited about that. Mainly because it's the first time you're going to see a card that's going to hit the mainstream, and I hope it gets a lot of views. It's good for the sport. Whether you like UFC or not, whether you like Dana, it's good for mixed martial arts. But nonetheless, IronForgeDesire.com, the Team Takeover forums. You have my radio show. The podcast is out on iTunes. Check it out if you guys want to
Check them
take
all
this.
out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm giving you different options, different looks. Always trying to. If there's one thing, I'll say a couple things. Number one, I'm one of the hardest working vloggers. Chuck and I are definitely
Definitely.
always thinking of new ways to do stuff and get
We're coming at you with multiple facets. Can you
one.
respect that?
I can respect that, and
You know?
if you want to take us on the road now on iTunes, or if you want to take us, just watch us, keep us on the computer, or listen to us live somehow, you're going to be able to do that. So, thanks to Blog Talk Radio, we're going to have we have our own little channel, and I'll set it up where, it's still a work in progress and something I'm really excited about, as well as the fact that, I'm a full-fledged member of IronForgesIron.com. So I'm really happy, and Zombie Prophet, and I got, of course, I don't want before I even start, I got Bloodstain Lane's blessing with all this, especially since I was working really hard with that TeamTakeover.tv website and didn't come through, and I definitely wanted to continue doing this for you guys. And I talked to him and I said, listen, we're friends aside for this MMA stuff. Anthony and I are friends, and I said, yo, I want to make sure that everything's cool. I want to work with IFI for now, and see how it goes. And it looks like it's going to definitely. I'm really excited to be a part of the team. So,
Definitely.
nonetheless,
Always big things at Iron Forges Iron.
yeah,
You got just some of the hardest working people over there. You know what I mean? Zombie Prophet. No one can deny how hard that fucking guy works on a regular basis. I mean, that guy just puts in work, and it's a great place, great team to be a part of, and a lot of opportunities. And everyone's excited to have Wayne Shada and me on there. And let's just put in work, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Iron Forges Iron is one of the best MMA websites out there. You're gonna find gifts.
Definitely.
You're gonna find videos, audio, articles. I mean, pictures, everything, highlights. You name it, it's on that website. The only thing we can't do is put up Zuffa stuff because Uncle Dana would be up our asses. So, nonetheless, big event coming up: Cain Velasquez versus Junior Dos Santos. We're only going to get to see that fight, which kind of sucks. It kind of doesn't make sense considering the fact that both guys have got the potential to knock each other out really quickly. And, with heavyweight fights, you never know. I mean, generally, you would think it'll end within a round. Sometimes you get 3 or 5 rounds. And I think it's a really, really risky move considering the fact that MMA is going to be new to a lot of people, so people aren't going to really understand a 1-minute fight if that happens. You understand what I'm saying, Chuck?
Yeah. It's because it very well might be that.
Yeah, I could imagine going on. Oh, there's a new sport. I'm going to check this UFC stuff out, man. I'm going to check it out.
Isn't it right in between football?
It's a Saturday.
Or it's right after football.
It's college football, but
Oh, okay, yeah.
Here's the thing. What the UFC did was they knew that Pacquiao was fighting on Saturday. And so what they decided to do is, Pacquiao is going to start, the actual fight is going to start around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So they said, you know what we'll do is we'll give people the option of watching the UFC fight before the Pacquiao, get them all warmed up, Pacquiao fight, get them all warmed up. So they see heavyweight action. They're going to see a knockout in the UFC. And they're probably saying in the back of their heads, we hope that the Pac-Man fight's going to be boring. So people go, you know what? I enjoyed that UFC fight because some guy got knocked out within a minute, But it's still risky because you got to think about you're not going to be educating and it's going to be a new thing. So people are going to be like, oh, these fights that they end in a minute. These guys suck. These guys aren't real athletes, you know. So
Yeah.
very risky move. Obviously, it's supposed to be a loss of profit for the UFC, but the way they see it, it's exposure. So you know, I mean, I don't know if
It's
before
a
we even
big
start the
deal.
card, if you want to add anything to that. I mean,
I'm excited for it. It should be one good fight, and it's one of the best fights that you could put for free on TV. And looking forward to the Pacquiao fight too.
yeah, definitely.
Probably more than the Kane versus JDS, because that'll only last 25 minutes at the most.
You know what? I think usually sometimes there are days where I say, oh, I'm going to watch the boxing. I'm really excited for the boxing Pac-Man fight. I think I'm really excited for this MMA fight. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I think this Kane and Dos Santos fight is going to be pretty sick. Um,
I'm looking towards New Year's for all the MMA for Genki Deska. Because Dynamite, it's not Dynamite anymore. It's Genki Deska for some reason. It's a very weird name. And the UFC Overeem versus Lesnar. I mean, fuck, that's a stacked weekend. You know what I mean? That's all that I'm really looking forward to. There's some nice fights. There's definitely some great fights in between, like Shogun Hendo and this. But that's really where I'm looking ahead to.
dude, Joe's Machida. We got Fedor coming up.
Yeah,
A lot of fights coming up. The
I'm
end
gonna
of the year
pay
is
for
going to be sick.
Fedor.
And the
I'm
end of
gonna
the year,
pay for Fedor.
yeah, the end of the year is going to be pretty sick for MMA fights. So I'm really excited.
Definitely.
You want to start off with Kid Yamamoto's fighting? You want to
Yeah,
comment
we're
about that
just
fight?
there's so many fights on this preliminary card, and I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. Most of these fights fucking suck on paper, and I could give two shits about Alex Caceres or Cole Escobedo. I don't give a fuck about you, dude. You know, but I'm looking forward to the Yamamoto fight. And the Clay Guida Ben Henderson fight. Those are the only two fights on the prelim card that I really care about. And I guess you call me whatever you want, but that's really how it is. And Yamamoto's coming off that loss to Mighty Mouse. I guess he's been training with. There was pictures with him. I saw of him training with Dominic Cruz and Kyoji. I can't remember. What? Never mind. But he's been training with Dominic Cruz and training his wrestling a lot. And that's what he needs, man, because those takedowns that were shot in on him from Mighty Mouse were just so fast he couldn't stop him. And I'm praying, man, we get a knockout. He's fighting Darren Yua, whatever the fuck his name is, who's coming off of a win from Shuto. And just praying for JMMA success, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just praying. We got the Hatsuhoki win. I'm hoping for this. And the Clay Guida Ben Henderson fight. What do you think about that? You have any thoughts on that?
Oh wow! You know what? I like Guida's style of coming. He always comes forward. There's always a fight. I'm gonna pick Guida just because I think he's gonna take Ben Henderson down. Um, but completely, I really didn't look into to the prelims because you know what? I didn't. I looked at the card
It's
as a
all
whole.
about one fight. It's
Yeah,
all about one fight, this card. It's a weird card.
yeah. I think they're gonna show it on. They're saying they're gonna show it on Facebook. I don't know why they don't show it on FX.
No, well, it says that it's on Facebook and FoxSports.com, but they should be on TV. It should be at least on FX or some Fox affiliate. You know what I'm saying? At the very least.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's a stacked preliminary card, which the preliminary card is basically. You could argue that there's like maybe 2 or 3 fights on there that could potentially be passable as main card fights, but still, the only real fight that's important is Kane versus JDS.
I could honestly say if I was a person at the actual arena, I would be really pissed. Really pissed. I would ask for my money back.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it.
So
but to see Kid Yamamoto, I can respect that. I'd probably pay to see that.
there you go. But nonetheless, I got Guida by decision. Um,
I got
Go ahead.
Ben Henderson. Don't really know how. I fucking don't really care for Clay Guida, I'm gonna be honest with you. Beat Gomi.
Grudges,
Just don't
grudges,
like it.
grudges, 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 grudges.
And you can't help him sometimes. Sometimes it just happens.
Oh
Like, I
man,
hate Chris Lieben. I fucking hate Chris Lieben. You know?
I
I
don't like
hate that guy.
Machida, man. I don't like Machida. Machida's one of those guys too.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's certain
But
guys.
she just kind of... Yeah. But it's just one of those fights that I don't... Is this going to determine the next contender for lightweight, I think?
Yes.
I'm not even sure.
Yes.
I'm not even sure. And that's sad that I'm not more involved in this, because this is one of the best divisions in MMA, the 155-pound division. But I don't know. It's just...
Miller
really cared.
Miller was supposed to. Jim Miller was actually supposed to be next in line because he's paid his dues and he was ready to fight. And of course, Henderson actually beat him, which is, dude. Jim Miller's like one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your life. I actually got to meet him and his brother Dan, and they're the coolest guys in the world. So disappointed that they lost, but he lost. But nonetheless, main card, if you want to call it main fight. Junior Dos Santos versus Cain Velasquez. How do you think that's going to go?
You know what? Off the top of my head, I've been struggling and talking to all my homies. I've been talking to the homie at 1 Million Ankles, and a bunch of other homies, and I just can't come to a result. You know? I think Cain might be able to take him down, but I think JDS is like strong enough he might be able to stuff the takedowns and keep it standing. If Junior Dos Santos keeps it standing, I think Cain will be a little bit faster on the feet with the stand-up, but I think the power goes to Junior Dos Santos, and the boxing technique and ability definitely goes to Junior Dos Santos. But if Cain can get him down, it's going to be a rough night for JDS, because Cain has got great fucking ground and pound. He's well reserved with his punches. He doesn't gas himself out. He picks and chooses his shots very, very precisely, and I hope Junior Dos Santos wins, because I don't think Cain has really fought. You know, I hate to start this, but like, he fought Brock Lesnar and Nogueira, and I hate to like talk on the Pride vets, but none of them really were the same coming from Pride and all the wars that they had.
Yeah.
And I can't sit here and believe that. I like Cain a lot. I just can't believe him as the baddest man on the planet. I think that's Alistair over him, without a doubt. And that's really the heavyweight match that is maybe even more important than this one, in a sense. But this is definitely a good fight. I'm picking JDS. I think he's going to keep him, stuff the takedowns, keep the fight standing, and get a TKO or KO.
Mm-hmm. Standing up, you got Cain Velasquez, who's got precision striking, JDS power, and skill. That could go either way. On the mat, off the top of my head, I don't remember seeing JDS on his back. I don't remember seeing him. I don't really know much about his jiu-jitsu.
No.
We've seen Cain Velasquez's wrestling. We have yet to see JDS's jiu-jitsu. And that's a big question mark for me. I think JDS has probably the better chin. Cain has gotten caught. He got caught against Congo, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he got rocked by Congo. In Congo, I think JDS hits harder than Congo.
Yeah, and
I think that might be a safe assumption.
Cain's coming back from an injury. We all know that some guys can get rusty about that. Yeah.
JDS just destroyed Shane Carwin with speed.
Dude, and it's kind of hard because I'm making up my mind now, but I'm going to give Cain the benefit of the doubt. I think this is one of the vlogs
I think it could go either way. I think Cain might just be faster than him, and that the speed advantage is so fucking important. It's so important. If you're faster, you get those shots off faster. He might be able to do it if his boxing is good enough, and at least good enough to hit JDS and land shots, I think he might be able to put a JDS out. It could really go either way, and it's really exciting to see how it's going to go down.
Yeah, it's really interesting how they match these guys up. It's a great fight because you can make cases for both guys. I'm picking Cain Velasquez mainly because I think that Velasquez's wrestling is going to overtake. I just think his wrestling is good. It's going to be a grappling fight. I think that Cain is going to would be stupid to keep this on the feet. If he stands up, I think Cain would be a little bit stupid. Now, mind you, Cain could definitely knock out JDS. You don't have to be the greatest puncher in the world to knock somebody out. If you hit some guy in the perfect spot, it's done.
It's over.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with Cain. I think this is one of the vlogs where we both have separate picks.
Oh yeah, I'm picking JDS.
It's going to be interesting.
I fucking hate you. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah,
but it's no big deal.
It's going to be. You know what? It's going to be really, really interesting fight. It's going to be really, and I'm hyped up for it. I'm not going to lie. I'm really, really hyped up for it. I'm even more hyped up for next week's Hendo versus Shogun fight. Wow, that fight is out of control.
War Shogun.
Wow,
War Shogun.
Fight. Look, I love Hendo, dude. I don't even want to. We got another vlog to do that for. Dude, that fight is insane. But like I said before, this fight could go either way. I'm going with Cain decision. You're gonna go. How you say you taking JDS by what?
JDS, TKO, KO.
I hope for my sake, I hope JDS wins because I'm a Brock nut hugger, and I don't think Brock could beat Cain again. So Overeem's. Either way, the Reem is going to clear out the division. I can guarantee that.
He's gonna make a mockery of the heavyweight division.
Dude, it's going to be insane when that happens.
Nice.
But nonetheless, that's it. There's nothing big going on with MMA right now to even discuss. I mean, off the top of your head, do you know anything that's going on? I know Reem is officially spoke about Golden Glory, and now he's with Extreme Couture training out there. Diaz wants GSP. Rory McDonald's out of UFC 140. I don't know if you know that, so Ebersol's not fighting him. I was kind of looking forward to that fight.
The most important thing, the most exciting piece of news is that new Mr. Myers video. And shout out to Mr. Myers.
Yes.
We got
yes.
The uppercuts, man. Those are fucking brutal. I do not want to get hit with one of those. I think the elbows coming up, I mean, the guy just looks like he's a technical master with his pugilism.
You know what we didn't
obviously studies.
Yeah, go ahead.
We need to get him on the vlog. Mr. Myers, this is my formal, please. I'm just like, please, man, come on. Like, we can fucking do it any way you want it.
No homo.
You can have music playing in the background at certain times. I don't even give a fuck. Any way you want it, get at us.
No homo.
I'd love to do a vlog with you because he's a super smart guy, well-spoken, articulate. I respect his opinion. I respect everything that he says, except for all the funny bloodstained lane bashing. That shit is so funny. This shit is so even bloodstained lane respects it. It's comical. It's so good. Coming at Ariel Helwani,
when he said Ariel's beak takes up 40% of the screen, dude, I was dying.
My favorite part was when he said, bring Fahrenheit to me.
Oh.
I want to break him. I watch that every now and then, and I go just to that spot, and I just laugh, dude. It is the funniest shit.
Oh, my God. Mr. Myers.
He has a future. If he doesn't take that mask off, you have a future, Mr. Myers.
Don't ever take the mask off. Don't ever take
Just grace us with your presence for one vlog, please. Please.
Oh, my God. Yo, we didn't even talk about UFC 138. What did you think of the card? Did you watch it?
A little bit, you know what I'm saying? I saw the Liban Munoz. I saw the what the fuck was it? The Nova guy versus homie they got. I don't even fucking know. I was real baked during this time. The fights just weren't. They just weren't like anything that I really was super excited about. I think the Michihiro Omagawa fight. I watched that later. I didn't see that live. Brad Pickett versus Renan Barao. That was a great fight. Thiago Alves versus Papi Abedi. I respect Papi Abedi coming in the UFC first off and asking for Thiago Silva or to even taking the Thiago Silva fight because he was coming in undefeated. And his entrance was dope. He just looks like a cool fighter. And I can respect that. The Terry Edom fight was all right. Choked him out. The Diabate fight, Parrish fight was all right. Just an all right card. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't pay-per-view, was it?
No, it was free. It was in the UK.
Okay, yeah. Fucking, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I watched it that morning. I didn't watch it on TV because it wasn't even a great card.
Yeah.
Leaving Munoz was kind of a fucking shitty main event, and then they cut Munoz's call out of the fucking thing.
I don't know why they did that, but they did it. And then of course we don't want to end this. Well, what did you think of the Lieben incident?
Oh, the cutting of the weight, the gassing. Get your shit fucking together, man. You've been doing this long enough. You know what I mean? You should know you've been fighting at 185 for how long? And you have a problem now. Figure it out. Get your shit together. I don't like Chris Lieben, and I've never liked Chris Lieben for all the drunk driving allegations and all that bullshit that he's done. And then when he beat Vonderlei, it just was the nail in the coffin for my feelings towards Chris Lieben.
Obviously, the guy was gassed. He wanted no part of fighting again, and he knew, okay, well, if I use this excuse that I can't see, I might get like 5% of the MMA Nation fans that'll forgive me for this, But he was, unless he has some type of broken orbital bone or whatever, I mean, I don't forgive him for that, man. People pay good money to see you fight. So the least he could do is come in shape.
Bring your fucking A game. Come prepared, dog. That's all that I'm asking.
Dude, England doesn't get, they hardly get, they get like one card a year.
I feel bad for him. And Mr. Myers was there too.
Was he?
I'm sorry. Yeah. He posted a twit pic that's like, I have arrived. And it was his view of the octagon. Creepy son of a bitch. But I'm sorry for that, man. I hope you didn't pay for that. And I hope I hope at least it was cheap as fuck because that car is like worth $50 for good seats.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. There's nothing much. I think, and I was just trying to put a little extra time in because we haven't done this in like 2 weeks. Arlovsky won, Tim Sylvia won.
Yeah. Reagan Penn gassed. Fucking bad. Schiavello always telling it like it is. I love your commentary and I respect it because even if it's shitty, he holds no reservations because he's not hired by the promoters. He's hired by HDNet.
It boggles the mind why this man is not a bigger deal.
And UFC signed John Anik. Why the fuck did you sign him? I don't want John Anik. Fuck this guy. Get me Michael Schiavello.
Oh my God, Mike is the voices. Last time we did a little thing and we thanked him for putting our names up on the Dream pay-per-view. I'm definitely gonna put this on his thing, but I'm formally you were begging people. I'm formally begging Uncle Dana, please hire the voice. We need somebody that is knowledgeable about the sport.
Not a Mike Goldberg. If you put Joe Rogan with Schiavello, I'm so content because I don't really care for Joe Rogan, but I can't deny the fact that he knows what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. But Schiavello is just so much more wittier than Mike Goldberg.
Oh yeah, and
so much.
Here's what I love about The Voice is the fact that when he does his commentary, he does it from a fan's point as far as the excitement. He's able to switch up the technical aspects of the fights, the importance and he's able to give you a detailed commentary on a fight, but he comes out with all these witty, exciting phrases, and he takes the excitement from the arena and definitely portrays it and throws it out on the screen. And I mean,
better than anybody else. Better than anybody else.
That guy's my hero. He's one of the heroes in MMA. If you want to say that,
Definitely.
But,
and all the people who got on his back after he made those Fedor comments, like, come on, man.
Well,
should be ashamed of yourself.
People. What
I know people get heated, but like 2 minutes later, you realize that it was just ridiculous to even come at him.
Yeah, well,
because he said the guy's a legend. He's one of his favorite fighters, and he's just telling like it is. He's always telling it like it is, and you just get mad now at him because he told it like it is about your favorite fighter. Listen, he's my favorite fighter all fucking time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pay the $30 to watch it live. Like, and I don't pay for MMA ever.
Mm.
Like, ever. And I will pay to watch Fedor.
Every man's got
that's really
dude, everybody's got their own opinion, and the voice, whether you agree with this opinion or not, you have to respect the guy. And I know, you know what it is about Fedor fans, we got like 4 minutes left here, is the fact that Fedor fans are the most probably, if you know who Fedor is, you're probably a hardcore fan and you're knowledgeable about the sport. So when you have somebody that's so revered and loved and respected, your hardcore fans, we're a little bit nuts, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. So when people,
I'll smack somebody. I'll pop somebody in the eye if I don't know them and they bad talk Fedor in my general vicinity.
Yeah, so I mean,
I'll seek them out and fuck them up.
So when people talk bad about him, our emotions sometimes get the better of us. I'm not making excuses, and for those people who said stuff about him, and some of them are my friends, their opinion, I'm not gonna say what they did was wrong. I'm just saying for myself, I ain't gonna never say anything bad about the voice. But nonetheless, that's it. So check out the radio show. Check us out on ironforgedesign.com, iTunes. I'm going to try to see if I can somehow put up MMA Takeover or whatever the case may be. Call this radio thing MMA Takeover. That way, if you type up MMA and UFC or something, or you'll be able to kind of pull us up real quick. And that's it. I mean, there's nothing else. Do you have any new videos or anything you want to talk about? Or?
I know. Just working on some highlights and a long-awaited highlight that I had to redo. It's going to be epic, though. So look for it. I'll keep everybody keep in touch with you.
Yeah.
Let you know. Shout-outs to my boys on MMA Linker and Iron Forge Zion, Zombie Prophet, James Harvey, all the homies like T-Wrestler, 1 Million Ankles, Wayne Shada.
Bloodstained Lane.
Bloodstained Lane.
Bloodstained Lane.
Literally, the guy who... I can't even remember. I wish I remember what it was like the first time I saw a Bloodstained Lane vlog, but I forgot that memory. I'm sure it was just fucking hilarious. And
that's it.
Every Bloodstained Lane vlog is hilarious.
Hell yeah.
And they're always entertaining. The guy he's just the shit.
I feel bad for him sometimes, the amount of heat that he gets. It really is unjustified. Yeah. But nonetheless, that's it, man. We're going to end this. Thank you for listening, watching, checking it out. We greatly appreciate it. Peace out, guys.
Peace.